We have a nice combo here. Uche Montana and Frederick Leonard star in this movie titled Beyond Her Madness. No doubt that the combo is good, but should this be on your watch list? So the storyline follows Dennis and Maria, played by Frederick Leonard and Uche Montana respectively, a married couple grieving for the death of their child. But Maria's case is different. She ends up having a mental breakdown after 4 years of her daughter's demise. Will the couple manage to get through this? Beyond Her Madness has its positives and its negatives, but I'll be talking about the positive aspect first before I get to the negative part. Now, quick confession, 40 minutes through watching the movie, I kind of felt like the beginning part was boring, and that was good. Yes, I said so cause one of the theme of this movie is healing. That's why the beginning part might seem to be a little bit boring. It's meant to be that way. They gave us, the audience, more time to connect with the character Maria and the grief, guilt, trauma, and pain she was going through. She was basically going through the process of healing, and healing is a slow process. The movie having a duration of 2 hours and 18 minutes, the pacing was alright. Had it been that this was a 1 hour movie, the movie would have been fast paced and the whole essence of this movie would have been a flop. As for the acting performance, Uche Montana slayed as usual. She's really versatile. I mean, give her a role that she can't play because so far from all her movies I've seen, she has slayed each and every one of her character. And she portrayed that emotion of a grieving mom really well. Plus, there was authenticity to her character as a grieving mom. Not too much makeup, even her dress sense here was befitting for her character. There was not too much get up with her character. That was good. Frederick Leonard also played his character well. His character Dennis was an epitome of for better or worse, and Frederick Leonard slayed that character really well. Him and Uche Montana did a great job in creating a realistic narrative. Then as for Tope Olowoniyan, I don't know if I pronounced that part well, but as the antagonist of the show, she played her part well. Like her acting was good. But I won't exactly categorize her as a smart antagonist. She was just mediocre. Now, the soundtracks in this movie were nice. It complemented the movie a lot. There was a specific kind of mood and tone this movie came with. Shout out to Michelle Chinonso for the special score. Now, who noticed that the soundtrack that played during this particular scene, displaying right now, was the same soundtrack used in Love in Chaos, the movie featuring Sonia Uche and Clinton Joshua? Did you notice? Tell me you noticed. Tell me you noticed. Well, for the downside of the movie. Now, for the downside of this movie, it might come with some spoilers. If you haven't watched the movie, go watch it, then come back and listen to what I have to say. Now, Emmanuelle Kinikachi was one of the cast of this movie, and I get that her character Jasmine was late. She was the center of everything in this movie. She was the main topic, but they only gave us one flashback about her character Jasmine. I mean, come on, she could have gotten at least a few more flashbacks because she was basically the center of everything, and they could have given us more flashbacks so that we could know what her character Jasmine was like rather than hearing it orally from her grieving mom. I mean, I love watching her because that girl's acting is top notch. Now, for the second downside, which has to do with another character too, the psychiatric doctor that was treating Uche Montana's character Maria. Should I say there was a case of a fallen character with that role? You, as a medical practitioner, aren't you the one that's supposed to be giving the advice and not the other way around? How can someone that's not in your line of business just advise you to admitting a patient, claiming that the patient's condition had gotten worse? You, as the doctor, you prescribed medicines for the patient and the patient's condition got worse. Instead of inviting the patient over to do some blood tests to check if she was actually taking the exact medicine that you prescribed, or to check if there was something wrong with the medicine. But no, you didn't do any blood test. Instead, you listened to the person advice who told you to invite the patient's husband over and convince him to admitting his wife to the psychiatric home. Like, On that person's behest too, you agreed and invited the patient's husband over, not the patient herself, to do some test. And to make it worse, he said, quoting him, after some series of tests, what test exactly? Because did I miss the scene where he invited the patient over and did another test on her? Like, no, 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 there was a flaw with that character. And had it been that the character Maria hadn't gone back to recheck, thanks to her friend, hadn't gone back to recheck her prescription, that psychiatric doctor would still be thinking that he was on the right track. Now that's that. To wrap it all up, the narrative was good, the storyline was good, but it was somewhat predictable. Yeah, but the performances were top notch. So I think I'll be giving this movie a 3.5 out of 5 thumbs up. If you've seen the movie, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time on my review. Bye.